Hey guys, this is Gummy. I might have to make this into two parts because this is a very long story, but we'll see. Mother's Day was 2 days ago, and I should have did this on Mother's Day, but I couldn't. I don't know what happened, but I couldn't think about it. But anyways, this is a video I'm gonna talk about my mom. So my mom is 56. And for my age, she's really old as a parent, and I get made fun of a lot for her being my mother, and my dad being as old as they are. But it doesn't bother me. I know everybody's just kind of joking around, and friends will be dickhead friends at times. But uh, you know, she's had a lot of problems for years, and I just want to kind of go over them. The reason she's so old is because they waited to have me till I was 40. Or they wanted to have me until they were 40, and it wasn't a choice. My mom even had a miscarriage before they had me. They just couldn't have a kid; it just wasn't working. But they finally had me at age 40, and time and time went on. So I'm going to tell you about my mother and all her medical problems. So in 2007, I was in fifth grade. My mom was 51, and the day before her 51st birthday, she came to get me from school. And she was really sick, and she couldn't drive. She almost wrecked, and I was worried. So I told Dad, and he just thought she was sick. So on her birthday, the next day, he came and picked me up because she was sick and she couldn't drive. And we came home to her staring at a wall, and she couldn't talk. She couldn't do anything. So we rushed her to the hospital, and we come to find out that she had had a series of strokes, including one major stroke that made her paralyzed on the right side of her body. And the cause of this was she was taking a skin medicine called Enbrel, and it weakens your immune system. And through other things, she got a staph infection, and it led to her heart, which ate away at her heart valve, sending blood clots up to her brain, which made her have the stroke. And, when we found this out, we couldn't believe it, but they told us she had a hole in her heart valve and she was going to have open heart surgery. So, 2 weeks go by, we're in the hospital, and the doctors say, okay, we're about to do surgery. So we talked to the surgeon, and he actually gave her 10% chance of living through the surgery. And we didn't care. We still went through the surgery, and then they came back and said, oh well, she's gonna have to have bypass surgery, and they gave her 0% chance of living. They told us she was most likely not gonna live through the surgery, and but if we wanted to try, we still could. And we did. So we went through it, and I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to my sister going, well, she made it through surgery. And all I could say was, that's good. And I went back to sleep. So what a wonderful son I am. But no, in all actuality, it was a very traumatizing event that will stay in my brain forever. But that's not the end of the story. Time and time went on. She had to have rehabilitation because she couldn't do anything with the right side of her body. She had to relearn how to talk. She had to relearn how to write. She had to learn how to walk again. And ever since then, she's been not permanently handicapped. She's been partially handicapped. So that makes a lot of issues with us. But she also has medical problems a lot. And we went on vacation one year, and I can't remember what year it was, but we went on vacation, and we went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and we were in the hotel room, and she walked out at 4 o'clock in the morning and told us she couldn't breathe. So, we did what we could. My dad saved her life by giving her mouth-to-mouth, or kept her alive until the paramedics could get there and use the breathalyzer or whatever it is to keep her breathing. And then I took her to the hospital. We found out that her throat had closed up and she couldn't breathe. Cause of this is still completely unknown, but we didn't really know. So we're in Tennessee, and she quit breathing. So we proceed to stay out. I stayed out of school for I think 2 weeks, and we went to Knoxville, and she stayed in the hospital for a while. And they ended up putting a trach in, which is a balloon that goes in your trachea, which is your windpipe, and it keeps it open to where you can breathe. That way, if she ever closed up again, she wouldn't stop breathing. She could breathe. It'd just be a little harder to breathe. So, time goes on. We finally got back home. Everything's good. Her doctor was out of town, and the guy who's filling in told her that her doctor had said it was fine and they could take out the trach. I didn't like this. My mom called me one day and said, well, I'm getting my trach taken out. I just got it taken out, and we're going home. And I'm going home. And I told her to turn around and go get it back in. She would not listen to me. And sure enough, the next night she quit breathing again. My dad had to do the same thing. She kept the trach in, and it's still in today. And ever since then, we haven't had any major difficulties. She gets sick every once in a while, and a week ago she almost died. Her blood platelets were low. She had poisoning from her blood medicine, and she, if they told her if we had taken her to the hospital in 2 days, then she would have died. And so they got her. They got everything fixed, and she's coming home today. So, that's the story of my mother in a 7-minute video. But I'm sure you were watching the gameplay. I went 30-5. It was a pretty good game, and this is actually a newer game that I recorded. Running out of gameplay, guys. So just look forward to my Minecraft series, and thanks for watching.